Now, there have been polls aplenty this election, with many more to come, no doubt. But is there a better, a more accurate way to predict who'll be running the country on May the 7th? Some say it's as simple as just following the money. Yes, that's right. I'm joined now by two experts in political betting who say it's worth taking a punt. Well, from Betfair's prediction website, electionpredict.com is Mike Robb, and founder of politicalbetting.com is Mike Smithson. Mike, the two Mikes, welcome to you both. Thank you so much for being with us. Mike, we know the polls are pointing to a hung parliament, or seem to be. Yeah. I just wonder what the betting is pointing to.
Well, the betting is pointing to a Tory majority. And that's been quite interesting. And I think there was a poll of pollsters at the weekend, and 7 out of 8 pollsters said it's going to be a Tory majority. And the 8th one, Ben Page of Moray, later decided to join the pack, and all 8 of them lined up saying an overall majority. And I think that there's so many different variables with polls, and people who are risking money are analysing this. And I think the money is following where people think the outcome's going to go.
And Mike Robb, is this because people have put 10 pence on the bets, or is there some serious money going in on betting on this election?
It really does vary. You've got your average punter who might have £10 on an election just to make it interesting, and then you've got the bigger punters who do like a big bet. But further to Mike's point, I think one of the key things here is that the Tories have been odds-on for a majority since May 2008 on Betfair. So we're not just talking this is a new thing this year or even last year, we're talking over 2 years, or nearly 2 years, that they've been in the driving seat. And they have told a very different story from the polls on many occasions. So it's a mix of punters saying something that's very, very different.
So what I want to ask you now is, what is the spread? And for those who think that is a completely meaningless term, what is the spread? The
spread is just on that. This is spread betting, where people are buying and selling common seats. And it's just on Tories getting 325, 326, which is just enough for a majority. But that moves up and down quite a bit. And I think you'll see when the leaders' debate takes place on Thursday night, you're going to see quite a lot of fluctuations.
Right, and the spread is that if you start winning money, if you say if you put £100 per seat, for every seat over 325, you win that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you and vice versa. I mean, somebody I met about 18 months ago was telling me that he had bought Labour just before the October 2007 election that never was. He bought Labour at 332 seats, and I think if he was to get out of that bet today, it would cost him about £11,000.
But also, I would say that spread betting is quite a complicated form of betting. There is much easier, simple, will the Conservatives win a majority? Will there be a hung parliament? Which, to a layman, is often the bet they want to take.
Let me ask both of you this question, because we haven't got a lot of time left. Do you influence outcome? Do you influence the reality by people seeing that oh my God, it's an odds-on, for the Tories to win, and therefore that actually develops a momentum of its own?
I think what you're seeing, and you're certainly talking to a number of bookmakers, that a lot of hopefuls in parliamentary constituencies are seeking to bet on themselves in the hope that they're seen as the challenger to the Tories or Labour or whatever in their particular seat.
So it's them seeking to influence it.
Yes, and there was a massive classic case during the Lib Dem leadership battle in 2006, where Chris Huhne, a lot of money seemed to be following Chris Huhne. This guy was a complete unknown, and he suddenly became the favourite. And nobody could work out why, and the assumption was there was some mystery Chris Huhne backer who was actually putting money on his betting markets, and that was influencing the price.
And we've seen countless examples in this election of candidates talking about them being favourite in the markets in specific seats. And whether or not that's going to materialise into a win is neither here nor there. They can talk about it, it's newsworthy in their area, and people are interested in it. So why wouldn't they?
Fascinating. I tell you what, we should get you back after those first debates, because it'd be interesting to see
fascinating
if things have moved as a result of them.
Absolutely.
Right, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.